Greetings, this is Shaka Ndugu Kemet. Today we're going to deal with the Illuminati and the Nation of Islam. The reason for me making this video, for those who don't know, is because I was challenged by a PhD holding doctor who is not only a registered member of the Nation of Islam, but also an advisor to Farrakhan. After I put some pressure on the little homie, he backed down. Nothing new. So I'm not going to put the whole thing. This is just part of the introduction of my presentation because I have worked on the presentation. I'm not going to drop so many jewels like that, but I think it's interesting for people to know that. And also further interesting because I'm going to quote the little homie from one of his comic book because he has about 3 comic books out. So we're going to move right on. Now, Book of God, page 263. The picture is from page 257. Saint-Germain was apparently prepared like Musa, that's Moses, the professor, the swearer of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, and Fard Muhammad to be able to go amongst white and not be detected. So here little homie is telling us that this dude, Count Saint-Germain, was sent like Fard Muhammad to do his thing. Moving right on. Still on the same page, we are told he was clearly the son of one of the dominant black scientists who produced him through a white mother to affect the complexion that was needed of him. And he's the one who wrote See Portrait above figure 41. So this picture that you're seeing, and it just help you to understand the mentality of this little homie and why he backed down and ran like a coward. And in some way, the fact that he's not facing me, he's not going to get crushed so hard. He's only going to get crushed, period. But basically, he's telling you that this dude there that you're looking at the screen, you know, it's just like Fard Muhammad. But this dude is telling you that that's his word. He was clearly the son of one of the dominant black scientists. He's the one who wrote that. That's the little homie right there. Now, okay, there's some extenuating circumstances. At the time he wrote that book, he didn't have his PhD yet. As we know, he's a lame doctor. But at the time, he wasn't a doctor yet. So, we're going to move right on. Now, we are also told there, his black ancestry was clearly noted by Madame de Genlis as she described his appearance. She says of him, he was somewhat below middle-sized, well-made, and active in his gait. His hair was black, his complexion dark, his face expressive of talent, and his features regular. So, oh, hold on. There we go. The capitals are just like they appear in the book. You know, the emphasis is not, there's no emphasis added. He's the one who wrote it like that, in capital, his complexion dark. So once again, you can see the mentality of the little homie, the scared, coward doctor who backed down after challenging me. He's the same one who's in here running around talking about Prophet Muhammad was black. Look at this complexion, dark complexion. Do you understand his mentality now? Do you understand why he ran away like a coward? Why he knows better not to face me? Because I told you I have crushed his vital nerve with that Abiyad business. Okay? Let's move right on. And not only Prophet Muhammad, he claims that the Arabs around the 7th century anyway, and even beyond, but you know, we're going to deal with that period anyway. He claims that they were black. So every time, this is what you need to understand with the little homie. Every time he talks about dark complexion, with his linguistic acrobatic, look at this dude there and realize that he describes that person with a dark complexion, even though he's quoting somebody, but he's the one who says that, you know, what I read previously. So, moving right along, page 266. As we have noted earlier, one of the duties of the scientists is to fulfill the scriptures. Thus, the scientists are sent out among the people to make sure certain events take place. Saint-Germain's political activity clearly demonstrates his membership on the August Council. Now, I'm not going to break down the mythological and spook theology or history, because for them it's history of the NOR, but they have some scientists in their doctrine, their ideology, and I'm not 100% familiar with those scientists. I think there's 12 major scientists and 12 minor scientists, so that might be 24 scientists in total. But I said I think, because you know. So, but anyway, they have scientists. Okay, so this dude there. Okay, I read again. West. That's little homie. I can't say his full name because he, you know, I thought the little homie, you know what I'm saying, had some integrity, but I showed him not only lying and being dishonest, but dude is a coward. I mean, you know, you have the right to be scared. Just say you're scared. Don't grandstand. But it is what it is. I'm not really interested in the little homie. You know, understand that it's after he challenged me that I worked on the presentation. Okay, so Saint Germain's political activity clearly demonstrates his membership on the August Council. So we are told that he is a member in the council. Okay, so basically he is a scientist. Now move right along. And I know the title of this video is Illuminati and the Nation of Islam. Bear with me. Bear with me. We're getting there. Now, page 267. It is clear by the above chronology of events in which the Count played significant roles that he was sent by the council to fulfill prophecy. And notice the capital H in the word he. You know when people write and they put a capital like that, usually what it means? I leave it there. Now, this is a little homie scientist there. This is his work all over Europe. Now, this is page 266 to 267 from Little Homie's comic book. And you have the book on the right-hand corner on the bottom. It's hard to say the full name of the book, you know what I'm saying? Because, anyway, while in France, Saint-Germain was the secret agent of King Louis XV. You have to excuse me. This is the little homie right there. And we have all these little homies, you know. If you have a doctrine, I understand, but we're dealing with facts. Because I know some suckers are going to say, well, concentrate on the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Concentrate on the enemy. But look, man, this dude was a secret agent to the King of France. And he's a scientist of the Nation of Islam. Anyway, let me move on. As such, he negotiated with Frederick the Great, the alliance between France and Prussia. He also negotiated with General York, commander of the English troops. I'm going to move on to the red. He helped Catherine overthrow the monarchy of her despised husband. In 1762, Saint-Germain planned with the Russian family Orlovs the coup d'etat. So we have the scientists of the Nation of Islam all over Europe being a secret agent, planning a coup d'etat, helping a woman despise her husband. I'm like, God dang. Now, next. Here I wrote, because remember, this was the introduction to my presentation. So I wrote, Wesley Little Homie further tells us about this dark complexion scientist and self-proclaimed prophet of evil. Now for the prophet of evil, that's going to be my next video. Okay, it's going to be uploaded right after this one. In 1779, he was for 5 years the guest of Prince Karl of Hesse. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. The top leader of the strict observance Masonic Lodge. This is 267. That's the page number. Now moving right along. Many scholars have made the mistake because of his association with prominent Masons by asserting that Comte Saint-Germain was himself a Mason. On the contrary, he was of the higher order. Basically, it's like saying he's not a priest, he's an high priest. Come on now. Moving right along, he in fact taught those prominent Masons of his day. Comte Saint-Germain was known to instruct the whites of Germany at Illuminist meetings in caverns by the Rhine, which he conducted. Now, don't get carried away. This is not Illuminati. This is Illuminists. This is not the same. We get in there. You know, when I come correct. I don't argue. I state facts. So bear with me. Remember, though, of course, he's not a Mason. On the contrary, he was of the higher order. Moving right along. So, I guess it's just a coincidence that the one sent after him came to bring a new world order. If you go to the Nation of Islam's website today, you will see it written in plain English. But if I was you, I would hurry because it might not stay long. So there you have on the top, that's the Nation of Islam's website as it was back then, and on the bottom is as it is now, because since the website has been updated, so the design changed. But anyway, if you look at the bio of Fard Muhammad, I'm moving towards the middle. He signed his name in 1933 as Master Wallace Fard Muhammad to express the meaning of the meaning of one who had come in the early morning dawn of the new millennium to lay the base for a new world order. Now I know it says new world order of peace and so on, but you know how the little homies get nowadays. Every time they hear new world order, they go crazy, because we have some little homie so-called teachers who's running around acting like they're exposing the Illuminati, but we're getting there anyway. But it's still showing on the new design of the website of the Nation of Islam on the bottom. Okay, now moving right along. Adam Weishaupt, I'm not sure how you pronounce all this German or whatever it is name, these European names, because he was the infamous founder of the order of the Illuminati in 1776. His tutelage under the Count, as well as that of the other prominent Masons noted above, proves that the Count was of a higher order. So understand what's written there by Little Homie in his own book, that the founder of the Illuminati was taught by the Count. The Count. Excuse me, I didn't say the swear word in English. You understand, English is not my mother tongue. Unfortunately, French is my mother tongue. So I understand, I'm aware that I have an accent, but I said Count, okay? The Count, he was a tutor to the founder of the Illuminati. So there you have it. We have these little homies, so-called teachers, so-called professors or whatever, you know what I'm saying, running around acting like they're exposing Illuminati. They might as well start cleaning home. You guys might as well start cleaning home, because this is your scientist. Oh boy. Moving right along. He established many Masonic lodges throughout Europe for white people. This is little homies. You understand? Because I know the little lames are going to be mad. If you mad, don't be mad at me. Okay, I'm only stating facts. I'm not in here doing no allegation. I'm not here making, it's not he said, she said, like I usually say. Moving right along. The Count, apparently another half original man. Yeah, right. He's while in Europe, established more lodges as a grace to those whites whom the Holy Quran prophesies will enter the hereafter. So I'm not going to comment on that. Saint-Germain is reported to have attended the 1785 Masonic Convention in Paris and the famous Wilhelmsbad Masonic Conference held also in that year. You have the page number every time. I'm not going to go on all the page numbers. So there you have it. You understand what I'm saying? But of course, he is not a Mason. On the contrary, he was of the higher order. Yeah, those people are real funny. But anyway, in conclusion, I would say this. Even Elijah Muhammad didn't have a problem saying that he used to be a Mason. So why all this why all this bug dancing, little homie? You understand what I'm saying? So my name is Shaka Ndugu Kemet. My website is afrostyly.com/English. That's www.afrostyle.com/English. I don't argue, I state facts. Once again, I don't want nobody to think that I'm obsessed or anything like that. Everything was all good in the hood until I saw somebody on stage saying, quote, throw Kemet in the garbage can, and quote, saying also, quote, throw my art in the trash can, throw Amen Rather Slave making God away, end quote. So then I had to address it. I had to check the little homie. He later on challenged me to a debate. I stood up to the plate. We spoke, but since I made that little video quoting an article, he got mad like a child, ran away like a coward, back down, and it is what it is. So since I worked on the presentation, I thought I might as well share the part of the introduction to you. And there's a lot more, but I just keep it just in case. We never know. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't going to put it all out there just like that. But look out for my next video. It's going to be entitled, I'm telling you right now, Prophet of Evil equals Nation of Islam Scientists. We're going to deal with the prophet of evil thing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. If you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. Hotep.